Oh, hello. Welcome to today's Decay. We're celebrating births and beginnings and everything important since the dawn of time. August 5th edition. I played the 5th of August. Today, in 1850, Guy de Maupassant was born, who was a weird fiction writer. What's his most famous? Is it the Horla? I'm gonna say it's the Horla. Which is like kind of sort of a vampire-ish tale, one could say, I think, personally. Peter Lorre was a big fan. He did a live old-time radio play production with his series Mystery in the Air, which you can find on record and probably somewhere for free on streaming YouTube type situations. It's not my favorite Mystery in the Air, Peter Lorre. That would be Mask of the Medusa, but I think Horla is the flip side of the record. So catch me on the flip side. Joseph Merrick. The man, certainly with junk in his trunk, born today, 1862, because, he was the elephant man. Trunk, get it? Yeah. These are the jokes. I'll be here all day. Thank you very much. 1938 today, the Los Angeles Regina Wilshire Theater first presented a triple feature of Dracula, Frankenstein, and Son of Kong, which was only supposed to be a 3 or 4 day run. And it was so popular that they had to extend it, and I think they ran it like 24/7 for a long time, because there was people like waiting to get in to see these movies, like wrapped around the block. Back then, movies would play in theaters for like days at a time and then leave and never come back, and that was it. And there was no other way to see these things. And basically, the first horror golden age cycle had ended with, I'm going to say, Daughter of Dracula. Might have been The Raven, like, 36-ish, give or take. And there was nothing produced after that, because angry villagers with pitchforks and torches basically told, like, the Hollywood studio system that, like, ethically horror films were bad for America or something. And somehow that was acceptable to just listen to them. And then fast forward about 2 years or so, and they realized just how much money they were missing out on, and so did an about face, and lo and behold, there came like the second golden age horror cycle. Stuff like Man-Made Monster, The Wolfman, Son of Frankenstein, although Monster Rallies, the 40s, wouldn't have happened without this particular repertory, I guess you could say, screening of these three, at this point, 1938, like old films from 1931 or so. Yeah. What else? Pat Smear of the Germs and plenty more. Born today, 1959. And the Stooges. The Stooges, what? Oh, their first album. The first album was released today, in 1969. Okay. All across the USA. But wait, that's not all. 1972, the London Rock and Roll Show was held at Wembley Stadium. That's why we're reading this here periodical. I love when some of these things, because I've like researched this stuff for like years and years, and I'm really just going off of like a calendar that I made sometime nearly a decade ago at this point. But I love when like sometimes these things all kind of connect to each other, or there's like elements of one that like reflect in the other. So the London Rock and Roll Show is awesome. This was, I think, paid for or produced by the Rolling Stones, but it was really like one of the first times that a lot of the original 1950s rock and roll stars, who at this point were like way off out of the spotlight, that they got to play in front of a whole bunch of people. And like, even though it was only at most 15 years since like all these people's like really big hits, like we're talking about Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Bo Diddley, like that era of performer. These people were like way over the hill, even though they were probably like, 35 or something like that ish, right? And I say that because the Wilshire Regina, the Regina Wilshire Theater screening of things from like about 5 years in the past was also like digging into the past and realizing, hey, there's value and worth in old stuff, and not just like, it's got to be new, it's got to be new. We can't listen to anything old. And London Rock and Roll Show there's a great documentary of it with Screaming Lord Sutch, who's calling out Alice Cooper at points for stealing his act. It's just one wonderful clip after another of like 1970s like polyester neon teddy boys and things like that. Yeah, it's excellent. It wasn't the first time that actually a lot of these like old performers were being displayed in front of a younger crowd. That actually happened in Toronto in I think '68. But this was like really ginormous. That's the word. Yeah. So there you go. Celebrating births and beginnings of everything important to the dawn of time all day. And those were your directions should you want to watch the London Rock and Roll Show, or Dracula, or Frankenstein, or Son of Kong, or listen to the Peter Lorre Horla, or read the Horla by Guy de Maupassant, or I don't know maybe David Lynch's The Elephant Man. I mean, you got your work cut out for you. That's all I gotta say. Till tomorrow.